So talking about volume of prisms and cylinders, the first thing that we want to note is that generally the volume formula is given by the area of the base. So this big B means find the area of your base and then multiply it by the height. So regardless of whether I am a prism or a cylinder, the formula still stays the same. So if I am a triangular prism, so let's see how awesome my triangular prisms are going to be. All right, so if that's my triangular prism, then I would find the area of the base, this being the base. So find the area of the base, and since this is a triangle, I'm going to use 1/2 base times height, or one of my other fancy formulas that we've talked about, and then I'm going to multiply it by the height. Okay, if I were to have a square or a rectangular prism, so a square or rectangular prism, I would find the area of the base, and so here's my base. Oh, I didn't connect my back lines. Here's my base, and so this time the area of my base would be length times width, and then I'd still multiply it by the height. So then when we change it to a cylinder, the only thing that really happens is that the base changes. So I change, here's a triangle, and then I change to a rectangle. I mean, I could have any type of base. I could have a hexagonal prism, and then I would find the area of the base of the hexagon and then multiply by the height. Now, when I talk about a cylinder, again, it's just the same thing, except now that my base has turned into a circle. So now when I look at the base, the area this time is going to be pi r squared. So we would have to know our radius. So in each of these, we have to know something different. So here we just need the two sides. Here we need to know the base and the height can be kind of difficult to find sometimes. And here we have to know the radius. So there's lots of other things that go into this. And now that we're in high school geometry talking about volume of prisms and cylinders, we make a little bit more difficult types of problems rather than just telling you the area of the base and actually asking for the volume. So this is what your book explains as the volume of prisms and cylinders. So again, I really think it's easier if we just think area of the base, big cursive uppercase B times the height of the prism, and recognizing what's the base and what's the height. Now, when you look at a rectangular prism, the base and height can kind of change depending on what you're looking at. So if I call this guy the base, then this side would be the height. However, if I called this the base, which is a possibility, then this would be my height. So you just have to make sure, look at what you're given. If you are given one and not the other, I'd go with the one that you're given. Okay, so here's a word problem, and that's where we're going to see a lot of volume problems will be in the word problem area. And so Lonzel needs to store 20 cubic feet of firewood. And so here's that 20 cubic feet of firewood. Fun fact. We actually store firewood in ricks. So a rick is actually a dimension by which you store wood, or a cord. So just fun extra information that you might want to know one day. So we need to find out, is this triangular prism, and again, this is a triangular prism. Here's that triangle at the bottom. So this time the base of my prism is actually not like on the bottom. So it's not like down here where I would think that the base would be. It's actually facing me. So it's this 4 feet and this 6 feet here. Okay. So you do need to kind of just double check what you're looking at. What shape is it? This is a triangular prism. And so we need to find the area of the base and multiply it by the height. So my base is, so the area, let's see, I want to do that big B. My big B, my area of the base, is going to be 1/2 of the base of the triangle, which is 6 feet, times the height of the triangle, which is 4 feet. So that's just 3 times 4, which is 12 feet. And then the height this time, because it's kind of turned on its side, my height is 2 feet. So this one, the volume, remember, that's area of the base times the height. My area of the base is 12. My height is 2. So that's going to be 24 feet cubed. Because I have 3 dimensions. I have 3 numbers I'm multiplying. length, width, and height. And so that's going to give me a cubic feet instead of a feet squared. So this will be 24 feet cubed. So does Lonzel, could he use this storage rack shown? Yes, actually he can. So my answer here is yes. He's even going to have an additional, well, what do you think? If it stores 24 cubic feet and he has 20 cubic feet of firewood, then this actually has an additional, anyone, Bueller. This has an additional 4 cubic feet available. Okay, so for this one, Keisha is deciding between 2 canisters shown. Which canister holds more? What's the volume of the larger canister? So I want you to take about 10 seconds and really think about this problem before I introduce the solution of what does your gut tell you? A lot of times our gut is actually a really good measure of what to do, and I bet if you think about what your thoughts are here, you might be surprised by how correct you are. So the idea behind this is Cavalieri's principle. It states that if 2 three-dimensional figures, so we have our 2 different types of prisms, have the same height, so they both have a height of 25 centimeters, and the same cross-sectional area, so since they both have a radius of 20 centimeters, a diameter of 20 centimeters, and that continues at every cross-section all the way down, then they have the same volume. So if your gut said, these don't look like they're the same, but I think that they are the same, you're right. These volumes would be equal. Even though it's an oblique cylinder, it would still have the same volume. And we could come up with the volume. Remember, volume is let's shrink this guy down. Our volume is the area of the base times the height. So our base here is pi r squared. So our base here is pi times 10 squared, which is 100 pi's. And our height is 25 centimeters. So our volume is 100 pi times 25, or 2,500 pi. Now, depending on what they ask, you may want to actually put the pi into the calculator and get your answer that way. That should be all you need to know about the volume of cylinders and volume of prisms. Remember, big concept here is that volume is equal to the area of the base times the height. As long as you know the area of the base and the height, you can find the volume of any prism or cylinder.